Good morning guys, how are we all doing, and welcome back to another daily tips and predictions video. As you can see on the screen here, I've selected 8 games today that I found some value in. I think there's some absolute bankers in there. But just before we start, I want to let you know guys that I'm currently doing a giveaway, end of month giveaway over on my Twitter. I will link the description to the tweet in the comment section down below, so make sure you go in there, you enter. All you have to do is literally retweet the tweet, subscribe to my channel, and you'll be in for a chance to win a £15 bet on anything you would like. If you want cash, you can have the £15 cash. But yeah, the winner will be announced sometime later this week. So yeah, make sure you get into it. But yeah, for now, let's get straight into the video. So as I mentioned, we got 8 games today. Starting off with Watford v QPR, and for this game as well, when we look at the league table as well, you can see that Watford are currently sitting 4th. About 7 points comfortably. Obviously they want to get into that ultimate promotion zone, whereas QPR are sitting 4 points above the drop zone. It's going to be an important game for both teams to win. Obviously Watford do have quite a few injuries, especially Ben Foster's injured, but to be fair, if you look at the head-to-head stats as well, you can see that Watford have been pretty dominant in the last year or so. These two don't really count, as they've been literally nearly close to 10 years ago, or more like 6-7 years. But yeah, if we look at the past fixtures as well, we can see that there have been quite a few yellow cards as well for each team. So I think what the appropriate bet here would be is to go with Watford to win or draw, and over 0 cards for each team. I feel like that will cover a nice little bet, and that'll be nice, quite a high odds that I'm going to show you later on the bet slip. Now for our second game, I've gone with Real Betis against Osasuna. If you look at the head-to-head stats, Osasuna haven't won against them in more than, what was this, about 5 years? Yeah, 7 years since the last time they beat them. And I don't feel like this time will be any different. Also, if you look at the head-to-head games as well, that you can see that there's been quite a few yellow cards flying in. So once again, for this one, we're going to go with Real Betis win or draw, and over 0 cards for each team. Quite straightforward. The odds are good. Get you to fly in, no questions asked. Now for the third game, we're going to go to the second league in Bundesliga, and we're looking at this. Should be a quite tight game, but 2 mid-table teams. When we look at the head-to-head as well, you can see that there's been, in the last games, there's been quite a few goals flying in. There are also games. The last 4 out of the 5 games, there have been 4 games over with 2 goals or more. Same with this one, is 3 out of the last 5. But I feel like this one's going to be quite straightforward. Maybe this one can go with over 1.5 goals. Another possible alternative would be you could obviously go with under 2.5, but based on the last 2 head-to-head stats, this isn't something that I would recommend. But I think like over 1.5 should have a nice little booster to your accumulator. Next, we got Regina v Salernitana over in the Serie B, and this one's really surprising because this team currently sits 34 points in the 6th, whereas Regina sit in the relegation zone. But the odds for, I'm not going to show you that, but the odds for Salernitana to win is something like 1-3. So what we've done with this one is we decided to go with Salernitana to draw or win. I feel like that covers a nice little spread. Also, they have been on not so great run here, losing to Empoli 5-0, losing to them 2-0, and then losing 3-0 as well to Monza. But they have the 2 games that they lose out of the 3 have been to the teams that literally sits 1st and 2nd, and this loss here came against team that's not even in the league, so it must have been, oh no, they are just right here. So yeah, they've lost to 3 games that are teams around them, but I feel like they should get the business done against Regina. But yeah, pretty straightforward with that one. Now last but not least, we got FC Porto over in Portugal. Now with this one, once again, we're gonna go with over 1.5 goals as well. Apart from this game here, all the other games have had 2 or more goals in it. If you look at their last 5 games as well, there's been goals flying in here, and it's only been Porto's this game here. Also, as you can see, Porto have quite a few players injured, so I feel like for Rio Ave, that would be a big confidence booster to go and actually get some points from this game. Now, the next game I want to talk about is the Morenese against Braga. This one, once again, is going to be over 1.5 goals. It's coming the last 4 meetings out of 5. The teams have been scoring pretty much apart from this game here and these two here. But I feel like cup games are a bit different. Plus, this one was against a Sporting. I feel like when you look at the league table as well, these are two higher mid-table teams that will try to get some points just to get into that Europa League spot, and also the Braga wanting to get into that Champions League spot here. So yeah, pretty straightforward. 2 goals or more in that game. Now, last but not least, in the Portuguese league, we got a big one. We got Sporting v Benfica. Obviously, Sporting are yet to lose a game, and if Benfica win this game, they go up to a second for some time, and closing that gap between the first place. I feel like when we look at the head-to-head stats as well, you can see that there have been plenty of yellow cards flying in for both teams. And so I feel like with this bet, it's pretty straightforward. There's loads of yellow cards. There's been loads of goals for both teams. So what we're going with this was both teams to score and over 1 card for each team. Now over to the last bit of the day. Again, when you look at the league table, Istanbulspor have been on an incredible run. Literally, the last 5 games they won, whereas Altay have lost the last 2 out of 5. Now when we look at their run as well, you can see they've only lost 2 games in the last 10, which isn't bad at all. Whereas the other team have lost 3, drew 5. And then when we look at the head-to-head stat, it's all a bit win, lose, draw. So I feel like what the suitable thing for this game would be to go with Istanbulspor to win or draw. The odds are really high for it, as I will show you in a second. But yeah, I feel like that's the bet for this game here. Now let's get into the Bet365 and I'll show you guys the bet slip. So as you can see here, I got the bet slip. I got the Watford game. I feel that's really good value. The Real Betis game, that's another bet with really good value. These games here, the over 1.5 should be a little booster. So if you have a game that's if you have an accumulator that's like 1-3 or 1-4, and you just want to boost it up a little bit, you could chuck one of them in. I feel like they're pretty safe. And then the Sporting Benfica game, I'm really surprised with how well Sporting are playing. I feel like Benfica need the win, and Sporting will do what they keep been doing all season, which is scoring and winning games. So I feel like this game is literally set up for some goals. Obviously, you could chuck in some cards as well. Some goals as well. So you could go with over 2.5 if you want to, but I wouldn't really recommend. I feel like the odds for this are already really good. And as I mentioned with the last game, for a team that's near the top of the league and have been on a good run, these odds I think are really silly. And what, a £10 bet, and this would return you £420. That's a lot. Yeah, as I always say, I wouldn't recommend putting money on this accumulator as a full. I would say pick out 2, 3 or 4 games that you like the look of, and go for that. But yeah, on that note, thank you for watching. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe if you're new here, and don't forget to enter the giveaway with the link in my description down below. So make sure you check it out. But yeah, for today, thank you for watching. I'll see you later on. Bye bye.